Hi everybody, this is Tina with Loving Life's Little Blessings. Welcome to my video today, you guys, and to my website. I have a really exciting thing that's happening today. I would love for you guys to go over to my website or down in the YouTube description and follow the link and vote for my card I'm going to share with you guys. I'm going to make a card for you guys today, and I have it posted on Kylie's website. She's an amazing Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. She's overseas, and I would love for you guys to vote on my card. So I will have the information below on where to go to do that, and I'll also have it on my coordinating blog post, which will be right up here. If you click here, it'll take you over there. So I would really appreciate your guys' support. So let's jump in and create this card. We're making a card with the Flourishing Phrases, and then I am using Gorgeous Grunge, which is probably my favorite stamp set ever. I use it so much. And I'm also using Basic Black and Bermuda Bay, because anytime that I'm nervous about making a card or I'm not feeling as confident as I would like, I always use Bermuda Bay because it makes me happy. And I feel like any card made with Bermuda Bay it's got to be pretty, right? So this is a pretty intense card. So I have some pieces here, and I'm going to share with you guys what I'm doing. The first piece I have here is a thick piece of Whisper White cardstock. This Whisper White cardstock is 110-pound weight cardstock, so it's thick. Our other Whisper White cardstock is only 80 pounds. So I use this for my card base. And then we have this piece right here, which is going to cover our entire card. Okay, we're going to set that aside. Then I have some other pieces here. I have a piece of Basic Black and a piece of watercolor paper, and this watercolor paper and the Basic Black, it barely gives it a border. Like, there's just a super thin border around this. Okay, so I'm going to be doing some watercoloring on this watercolor paper. This, I'm not sure what brand it is. I took my watercolor paper out of the package, so I'm sorry that I'm not sure about that. But we're just going to do really simple watercoloring. It's not anything difficult, or it's just going to be real simple. So I'm going to grab an aqua painter. This, you can get this from Stampin' Up. I'll zoom in just a few minutes when I do the stamping, but right now I'm going to show you guys the overall what I'm doing. So this, I just put some water out here, and I just want to put water all over this paper. So I just wanted a lot of water, so that's why I dumped it out. I want this whole piece of water paper covered in water. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to pinch this together, pinch this ink pad together, and open it up, and it gives me all this ink on the lid. I'm going to grab this ink, and I just am doing like a wash all back and forth. Okay, so I've added a lot of water to that and a lot of ink, and I'm going to go ahead and take my heat tool, and I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to come back for the next step. I have this dried now. I just used my heat tool. I dried it on the front and the back, and you can see now a little bit better the different texture that's on there, like the different, I did it in diagonal when I was doing the color on there, and you can see like it's a little bit darker here, it's lighter here, and it really gives this like the way the ink is going is really cool. And then of course the water paper is a little bit textured, so it has this other texture to it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm taking, this is like some shimmer, it's shimmer like paint spray. I'm going to water it down a little bit. Pretty much a big mess. You can just see it's just all spritzed on there, And I'm gonna turn it over and just lift some of that so that it's going to give these really cool, the ink has reacted with that, and it's given those really cool like ink splots like that. Okay, so then I want to add, so now it has some shimmer, it has some of those ink, the ink has reacted to the moisture and then it's lifted, so that's really cool. So then let's add some black. And I'm using the Gorgeous Grunge stamp set, and I'm just adding it like in these corners, just like that. Okay, so that piece is super beautiful. I love it. So now what I want to do is stamp on this piece my sentiment, and I'm using the Comfort and Healing to You. The challenge was to do a sympathy card. And so I'm using this Comfort and Healing, which is right from the stamp set. I'm really inking this up with Memento Black ink. And then it is difficult to stamp on watercolor paper because it's textured. This is a little wet now, but it came out pretty good. Just be careful when you set your stamp down. Do it straight down. You'll be fine. So now what I want to do is add quite a bit of adhesive to the back of this piece. So I'm going to use my ATG gun because it's a little bit stronger adhesive. So now we can attach this to our black piece. And this is just such a super thin border, which I always have a really difficult time kind of in my hands. Okay, I'm not going to try to adjust that. I don't want to ruin it. Okay, so now let's put the card together. We have our Whisper White piece, and we have our Bermuda Bay piece, and this can just go on the white cardstock. So the next piece that we're going to do is this piece right here. I like to use my grid mat to line this up. We'll just take some adhesive. I have this ATG gun out, so I might as well just use it. Then I have some vellum, and I'm going to put vellum. I'll show you how to do this. Vellum is tricky to attach. So we'll put the black piece down here. Now this is just like a 1-inch strip. This was from some designer paper stack, and it was stripes, and then I cut it down. So then for this vellum, I just put the adhesive right in the middle because I know that piece is going to be covered up. So this adhesive that's here on this vellum will not show in a minute. So we have our 2 layers here. Now what we want to do is put this on. Okay, so this is going to go right in the middle, and I'm going to cover up that adhesive on the vellum. I don't want anybody to see that. Okay, now our very next element is going to be this one right here. And this is just from the framelit set. So I just took that die and I cut it out. And then in order to attach this, what we're going to need is a 2-way glue stick. I started off right here by using a 2-way glue pen, which is my preferred method to put on these intricate die cuts, just because you can get into all of those places. And then my 2-way glue pen died, so then I just switched over to using the liquid adhesive. And the tip for using that is just by putting little tiny dots all over the place. You don't need adhesive on all of the different places when you're using that adhesive. So now we'll just take this piece and we'll lay it diagonally onto the watercolor piece. If you feel like there's a place maybe where it didn't stick, you can go back like this. I don't think maybe I got enough adhesive. This will clear dry. It will dry clear. How funny. Okay. Now there's only one more thing to do. Here is the finished card. With this die cut, some of the edges come up a little bit, and I like that. It gives the card a little bit more dimension. This is the first one I started out with. This is what gave me the idea for this one, is I was doing this and I did some silver embossing and I didn't like it as much. So then I did this one and I think it came out really pretty. I'd love for you guys to head over to my website where you can see the photo and pin it to Pinterest if you like. And then again, if you guys could please go vote for my card, I would really appreciate it. And I will be back next week with another project, and I'll get back into project life. I just really wanted to participate in Kylie's what she's doing on her website today, and so that's why I created this card on Friday. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and checking out my video. I wanted to give you guys a quick reminder of the Stampin' Up promotion that's happening right now. For every $50 that you spend, you get a $5 coupon to spend in August. So that's amazing. So if you would like to pick up any of the supplies I used in any of my videos, you can head over to my website and grab those. I have 2 other videos here for you guys. The first one is the fresh fruit set of cards that I created at the beginning of the week, and then I have the second video for you guys. That is the set of fish cards I made last week for you guys. You can check both of those out. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will chat with you guys next week.